I just got back from the Dr. Joe Dispenza's advanced week-long retreat, and it freaking blew me away. So I want to share with you some of my greatest takeaways that I'm using to up-level my teachings, my business, and genuinely my excitement for life itself. And I'm sharing these with you so that you can learn and integrate these lessons with me. So let's go. What's up? My name is Sabrina, and welcome back to the channel. Here in the Better You space, we teach creatives, dreamers, and entrepreneurs how to train their minds to make their daydreams their real daily lives. If you're looking for a full transformation, feel free to check out our All You Need to Know in One online signature program, Unleash Your Life, or one-on-one private mentorship. The links will be left in the description below, and let's get into it. Okay, so there is so much that I cannot tell you guys because of copyright and also privacy reasons, because some things at the retreat should be left a surprise. But I want to share with you some of my takeaways that I am going to be integrating on deeper levels in my day-to-day life. And they're going to really help you out too. And the first thing I want to talk about is the power of your heart, okay? How many people do you know, maybe you included, this used to be me, who walk around with guards up around their heart? It's like a protective mechanism for most people to not really feel their feelings, to not let themselves feel too much love, because then they're more susceptible to getting hurt. Stay with me here, guys. I know I talk a lot about business and stuff here, but this is really important in terms of creating what you want in life. Our heart, right, this muscle, it is a massive source for our electromagnetic field. Scientists call this EMF for short. And our electromagnetic field is like our human magnet, right? It's what magnetizes things to us. The more your heart is open, the stronger of a magnet you are, meaning you're actually going to be able to magnetize the things you want to, the stronger you feel the emotions. So the more you can feel the love, the more you can feel the gratitude, the more you can feel the fulfillment, the more you can feel that in honest, just excitement where you're tears are streaming down your face. You are not able to feel that level of peace, of joy, which is kind of what we're all chasing here, right? If we are chasing our dreams, we only want these things. We only want the money, the car, the business for this level of freedom and fulfillment, right? For this level of just having a love of life itself. The more you can open your heart to feel these things, the more you can draw them to you at such a stronger rate, at such a stronger level. And whether you are someone who knows that you need to work on opening your heart or not, whether you feel like your heart is open already or not, this is something that you can still work to improve on. These takeaways that I'm sharing with you guys, a lot of them, I already knew, we may already know, but I'm saying them because we need to keep hearing them. We need to keep integrating some of these really, really important lessons on deeper and deeper levels. This is how we can continue to create these exponential and beautiful and miraculous results in our lives. And you can always experience more love. You can always experience more open-heartedness. And the more you do, the stronger of a magnet you are, the faster you can magnetize things to you. If you're someone who the law of attraction feels really hard for, you feel like you've been trying to manifest these things and it just feels really difficult. No offense, but you may just be a really weak magnet simply because your heart is closed. And I will say, this used to be me. I used to have all kinds of guards up around my heart as that protective mechanism. I say it because I know how it is. And the way that I was able to blast my heart open is just to spend some time focusing on it. Where your focus goes, energy flows. So if you put your focus, right, if you put your awareness on your heart space, automatically energy is going to there. You're fueling this heart space already just by putting your focus there. And then as you close your eyes, you continue to focus on it. Just think about someone that you love, or if there's your favorite dog or your favorite cat that you have so much love for, your mom, your husband. Think about someone that you have genuine love for and let that feeling live in your heart and just focus on it. And you'll feel these sensations of your heart space actually opening. You will feel the emotions of love start to flow through your body simply by focusing on your heart space. And ever since I left the retreat, I've just been taking periodic times throughout the day, if I'm driving or if I'm making my lunch or whatever, I'll just take a few deep breaths and I'll put my energy and focus on my heart space, and I'll practice like breathing through my heart. And that's like my practice to open my heart, because the more open your heart is, the higher magnitude of the emotion that you can send out. And like, I want you to think of like our thoughts are like the signals that are sending when we're manifesting something, right? Our thoughts of wanting it are like our signal sending it out, but then it's our emotions that draw it in, that magnetize it in. And so you can't just be like a thinking brain. You have to be a thinking and feeling brain and body. And this is science. This is energy. And our human bodies can operate at such higher capabilities if we know how to work it. And love is like the fuel to our bodies. Just like cars get gas, right? Human beings need love to fuel us. Love, like the energy of love physically heals our body. The energy of love is such a strong magnetic frequency. And we can, by attuning our emotions to these different things, being able to match our emotional state to what we want it to be. Say you want the successful business so that you can feel freedom, so that you can feel confident, whatever it is. Match that emotional state now. And the more you open your heart, the bigger of a magnitude of those emotions that are going to be sent out and be magnetized. So really focus on that heart space, focus on opening your heart, focus on emitting the same emotional state of what it is you're wanting to attract. And the stronger you can feel it, the faster it can come to you. And the second thing I want to talk about is overcoming your emotions. You will be stuck in the same mental story over and over again. You will be stuck manifesting the same undesirable circumstances over and over again if you can't get over your stress, if you can't get over your anger, if you can't get over your frustration, whatever it is, whatever the emotion is that you're experiencing, we need to be able to regulate ourselves through it. This is how we train the mind to a new you. We can't just train the mind through thoughts alone. The mind works with the body. We need to bring the body into it. We need to overcome our emotions. And some of these emotional cycles we may not even be aware of. And I'll tell you, like, I am a very self-aware person, okay? I have been working on this stuff for years. And when I tell you, when I went into meditation, because in the retreat, we did like 35 hours total of meditation. We were constantly in and out of meditation. And I knew I was working through like some stress and frustration with myself because I have really high expectations for myself, which can, if I'm being hard on myself, it can manifest into stress and frustration. And I knew this already, but I was shocked when I went into meditation and the level of frustration and impatience and irritation that came up for me. I was shocked, genuinely, at how strong these emotions were coming up for me, because this is what I was experiencing in my day-to-day life, but I didn't realize how strong they were. And they would come up for me and I'd breathe through it. I'd regulate myself out and they'd go away. And then they'd come up for me again and I'd breathe through it and they'd go away. And then it would come up for me again and it just kept doing that until I successfully overcame the emotions so many times that the cycle just stopped. The emotional cycle of stress and frustration and impatience and irritation, okay, it just stopped because I got really good at overcoming it in the meditations. And this is what you need to be doing in your day-to-day life, is constantly overcoming your emotions, constantly noticing the stress that comes up and breathing through it, not suppressing it, not distracting yourself. That's not overcoming your emotions. Okay. Not getting on your phone, not bitching to someone about it. No, this is taking some time to allow yourself to feel it. Be comfortable with that. Allow yourself to feel the emotion and let it flow through and out of you. Just breathe through it. Okay, this isn't sulking in it. This is breathing through it, regulating your nervous system through it, calming your body down. Sometimes you may need to do what I call, if you haven't seen it, I suggest it all the time, the video where I talk about the 4 tools to regulate your nervous system. Sometimes you might need to do some physical exertion. Say if there's a lot of anger in your body, you might need to run it out. You might need to punch your pillow. Either way, you need to overcome your emotions, because if you do not, you are going to be stuck in that same mental loop. Your emotions are going to influence your thoughts, influence your behaviors, and you're going to be stuck as the same old you who isn't getting the results you want in your life, who's constantly attracting these stressful situations because you're constantly stressing yourself out. And you're going to keep staying in this cycle if you don't successfully overcome them. And I don't care what it is for you. I don't care if you're like, oh, but Sabrina, you don't understand my situation. I have to be stressed out because I'm doing this, I'm a mom, there's all these things that's going wrong. Of course I'm going to be stressed out. That's not an excuse. If you're someone who's like, oh, but Sabrina, you don't understand my past. My past was so rough and now I'm just a depressed person because of it. I can't overcome my sadness. Sadness isn't any different than anger, okay? In terms of overcoming your emotions. I can't overcome my sadness because my past was so bad. I get it. I was raised as one of 7 kids. We were the charity house of the neighborhood. We didn't have money for anything. Our mom constantly reminded us that we were living at poverty level. No matter what your emotions are, you can overcome it. Dr. Joe Dispenza always says how our minds are our biggest pharmacy. We can change your hormonal levels like serotonin, dopamine, melatonin, epinephrine, cortisol. That's not an issue, being able to regulate that. You being able to recognize that you're in the same emotional pattern of stress or bitterness or irritation, and being able to stop yourself in that moment and take conscious control of your state, of your internal and emotional state, that's what we're working on here. And when you put blame into something else, into someone else, that person is making me feel irritated, this circumstance is making me feel angry, you are taking your power, your precious power, you're scooping it up and you're giving it to that person, or you're giving it to that circumstance. And you are saying, here, take my power. You are now going to control how I'm feeling. And you now make me feel this way, and I'm giving my power to you. We need to start saying, okay, I'm feeling this way. I'm noticing that I'm feeling this way. Why am I feeling this way? I don't want to feel this way. Regardless of who said what, who did what happened here, what happened there. Regardless of all that, I don't want to be feeling this way. Let's breathe through it. Let it flow through me. Right? Regulate your nervous system. Then let's tap into how I do want to feel. It's really that simple. It's doing that again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And the better you get at regulating your emotions and retraining your emotional body, along with training your mind, right? This goes hand in hand. This work all goes together. The more you will be able to actually manifest the things that you want in life. And all of this really brings me to the last takeaway I want to share with you, which is our minds and bodies are capable of so much more than you can even fathom. The things that I saw, the things that I experienced here at this retreat, we are capable of far beyond what you could imagine. And you need to start believing in your capabilities. You need to start believing in that you are capable of creating whatever it is that you want. It all exists out here. It's all here. And it's your job to start believing in yourself. It's your job to have unshakable confidence in yourself and to have no doubt that you can create what you want. We are so powerful, and you need to continue to find evidence that you can create what you want, that you can have exactly what you want or better. Whether you manifested a free coffee, whether you manifested $100, I don't care. Point it out to your mind and say, look, there's evidence of that. I did that. I can do more. Because the more you feel into that, the more you feel into your power, open your heart with it, baby. The more you feel into that power, the closer you get to it. The more you let your heart feel into that energy, the closer you get to it. The closer it gets to you. Surround yourself with hopeful and inspiring people. Stop hanging out with the Debbie Downers. Okay. I don't care if you've been friends with her for 15 years. For the sake of your own whole life as a whole. Okay. Stop hanging out with the Debbie Downers. It's affecting you. Stop listening and tuning into bullshit media that makes you feel like shit. Okay. Tune into content that makes you feel empowered. Not a single one of you, not a single person can afford to be tuning into things that regularly discourages them or makes them feel less than. We are way too powerful for that. And the mind is way too susceptible to outside noise. We need to really be aware of our environment and who we're surrounding ourselves around and what we're taking in. Okay. So many of us are far too programmed into thinking and believing this illusion and deception that things in life have to feel really hard. And that's just how life is. And life is just this stressful and strenuous thing. And absolutely not. Life can feel, granted, we all go through our ups and downs, okay? Granted, I'm not saying that every single day has to be this way and that there's something wrong with you. It's not, but I'm just saying the potential. Life can feel so incredible, so exciting, full of overwhelming amounts of love and fullness and in-awness. And of course, abundance. And knowing that this potential is out there, not a single one of you can afford to put your energy, invest your precious energy, right? The most expensive thing that you have is your attention, is your energy, and invest that into things that don't make you feel like that. There is so much more to life, so much more to life. And we are capable of incredible and wondrous things. Do what you need to do to train your mind to live in this state of mind, to tap into the feeling of amazement, to fall in love with life itself. When you can fall in love with life itself and you don't even care what circumstance that you're in because you just love life itself, that is such a beautiful state to be in because you can be in that state and be in whatever circumstance, and you'd be able to manifest the most beautiful and synchronistic opportunities your way. Fall in love with life itself, and every day gets to feel magical. Every day gets to feel amazing. Tap into that state through repetition and consistency and emotion, and hold on to it. Train your mind and emotional body to stay in that state. And I'm going to be recording a full disclosure on my spiritual experiences during the retreat because there were so many. And I'm going to be doing that on my personal podcast. So if you'd like to tune into that, if you want to hear more of that, I'll leave the link in the description below. And if you got to this point of the video, go ahead and leave below your favorite heart emoji in the comment section so I know who made it to this point and so we can spread the love. If you like this content and want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified every time I post a new video. Hit the thumbs up to help out the channel. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video.